here. Urban Lifestyle Radio. My name is Johnny Hughes. I'm here with Helen Apiampo for 62's Don Ulu. Supported by the rest of the team working at the back end. Yesterday, 2 of the 8 crashed in on that fateful Wednesday, the dark Wednesday as it's been called. We're laid to rest. Al-Haji Limuna and Al-Haji Dr. Comrade Murtala Muhammad. May God grant them Jannah. So we're looking forward to Friday when the remaining 6 will be laid to rest. But we also do know that yesterday the forensic reports from South Africa, the DNA, presented to the Health Minister Kwabena Minta Kando. He in turn handed it over to IGP Christian Tete Yohonu for safekeeping. That's where we are now. Right, so the funeral, the first batch of the funeral has been done. We're looking forward to Friday, but the nation is yet to heal fully, Helen.
Oh, it'll take us some time, and shout out to yourself and the rest of the team. I was glued to TV3 and 3FM all throughout the weekend, watching the coverage.
While we slaved, you slept.
Oh, I mean, I'm just under the covers, Msuka crap. Then I'll turn off, turn on. I was watching yourself as well as Judy.
So on Facebook now, you would see the health minister having received the report from South Africa, the DNA report from South Africa, flanked to the right by Rafiq, who is a special aide to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, to the left by Alassane Suhini, and he addresses the press. The IGP, Christian Tete Yohonu, was there as well, and subsequently he would hand over the full report and the package to the IGP for safety.
So that's the report in the box?
Yes, the report and whatever.
Not the remains?
No, I'm not sure. I'm sure that they might have returned some of the, because the samples were taken there. So the remainder of the samples, maybe the South Africans. So those are the South Africans there handing over the report. And in the shot as well, you see the Jata airplane, the private jet of the brother of the president, Ibrahim Mahama. He volunteered his Jata private aircraft to be flown to and fro South Africa, so that this could be done. In fact, the understanding we get is that some expeditious arrangement was made for the 2 who were buried yesterday because of their religion and all of that. So that was why I was brought in earlier. But the report was received electronically.
Okay.
So this is now...
Of course, this would be symbolic.
Exactly. So this is now what we have, and this was just yesterday. We were told that it would arrive at 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. on the mark, the plane was there. Precision. I'm sure we can learn from it as well. The South Africans told us 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. They were here.
Yeah.
Not a second later. They were here.
So... Again, also throughout the weekend, we also heard from expert minds seeking to understand or attempt to understand what happened last Wednesday.
Right.
Whether or not that is premature, I'm not too sure, because we know that the president has commissioned investigations to begin. A lot of people appear a bit impatient. I don't know how long a process like this will take, but I think we have to exercise patience to really understand. The theories abound, especially about the helicopter, down from the make, whether or not it was gifted, purchased, or donated. That's been another leg of the conversation. The primary use of the Z9 helicopter, so many theories swirling. But until we get that official report,
none of
us overloaded. Some say it's for cargo, some say it can take human. I've seen so many different theories, explanations throughout the weekend. But again, until we get that report, I don't think none of us can, categorically say this happened and that happened. And also, I was happy, Johnny, that on the bite, you also rehashed some of the not so pleasant things that had already been swirling. We know apologies have been made. This question of how experience is so and so. No, I don't think that's the time.
I mean, I like the fact that over the weekend, former Air Force officer, Mr. Sobojo, he had a lot of expert insight to give. I mean, he's flown many planes, one of the best we have had in this country.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of engineering as well. And I like the fact that he said we should all wait for the black box and the cockpit recorder to be opened by the manufacturer.
Yeah.
And it will tell us exactly what happened. Because right from the beginning to the end, my understanding is that he records everything. So if Sixtus and I were in the cockpit and we were discussing how your hair is longer these days or whatever it is, it would capture everything. Because it would then help the investigators to know whether or not at some point we got distracted because we were engaged in some conversation or we're listening to some music and we're jamming and we had forgotten ourselves. It captures everything right from when the engine is turned on. That's what we know.
Yeah.
So let's exercise patience.
That's right.
Again, regarding the unsavory things that have been said, I couldn't for the life of me believe when I saw some people had actually done it was Zoom or X or something live, and you had
Space,
TikTok, and they were actually saying that, well, they I don't know how to put it. They say, well, a lot more people are going to die.
Okay.
And that, the people who died, then look, mainly political opponents, and I thought that how inhumane could people be? That you're wishing your brother dead because
back to sender.
Because your political party did not gain power and their political party gained power. I mean, we're so inhumane, and I couldn't believe it.
So many arguments I saw that back and forth on X over the weekend.
Oh boy.
Whilst the reflections were ongoing on social media, I mean, it had turned into a different ballgame. I even thought we were going to wait for some weeks before we entered that terrain.
Right.
But those who have been excited, and I use that word, because that's what it looked like. People who were so excited to get into that realm of, when so and so on this side died, it appeared that you were jubilating.
Yeah.
So you too, it's your turn. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it.
How we want to use death as an equalizer is.
Charlie, this only shows that we are human.
It's so backward.
In a society, you have all sorts of characters.
But we don't want these characters.
No, but they are part of the society. What do we do? If you are wishing death, I will just say back to sender. It will come back to you and your household. That's all I can say. I mean, I cannot. Luckily for me, I was very politically conscious and active in my practice as a media person.
Right.
When Atta Mills started his campaigns, became president, was not well, and almost every week he was killed. Until he eventually passed on. I recall that medical treatment he went abroad for, back into the country at the airport. I had to bow to pressure to jog on the tarmac, and all of that was just to make a point that he was fit. I mean, what kind of a human beings or society have we turned into? I mean, we used to be a people with some what is the word? Humanness.
Yes.
I mean, we used to be a people wishing good for one another. What happened to us? This cannot merely be, explained away by NDC MPP. No. I mean, I cannot understand that all of a sudden we think that we have to wish the worst of the worst on our enemies, supposed enemies. It is not right, and it doesn't matter where you sit. Look, each of the 8 that we mourn today has a family.
That's right.
Each one of them has a family.
Young families, by the way.
Families.
That's right.
I mean, even if you are not thinking about Comrade, you are not thinking about his kids. If you are not thinking about Mane Boama, because he's your political opponent, you are not thinking about his family. You are not thinking that, this man is gone. There are There are kids who have lost a father. There's a woman who has lost a husband. There's a mother who has lost a child. Charlie, the most painful thing a parent can experience is to bury your child.
In the morning.
I mean, we are all parents, and it is never our prayer that we bury our children.
You know,
because we want our children to grow up.
And bury
we want to watch them. We want to see them grow,
experience them,
and flourish.
Yeah.
So for a mother, the age of Omane Boame's mother, watch your child die with so much pain. Charlie, look, and somebody is
one of the stories in one of the persons who lost his life is said to have had his wife go to the labor ward and never returned. Right, she went to the theater to deliver and never returned. So this baby will grow up not seeing the father and the mother. And you sit on X or wherever it is, and the first thing that comes into your mind that Ochia is good.
Use the word itself. This baby is an orphan. An orphan in a country that social protection is
zero.
Dead.
Is zero.
The safety nets are
zero.
broken.
So if you then now are jubilating over this person's death, you must pause and reflect and ask yourself, are you okay? Everything is not all is not well with you. That's how cruel I thought that was. And look, it included women. The video that was sent to me, it included women. In our society, women are supposed to represent compassion and
empathy,
a balance.
Yes.
Yeah. Bringing reason.
Oh, come on.
So, I mean, luckily and thankfully, we are a praying people. This country is one of the countries that prayer is indeed the key. So, let's all pray that whoever is wishing anyone ill, I think even the good book says
it. In the morning,
you'll be put to shame.
Yeah.
And that ill will come back to you. I mean, it should not even be the conversation that we will be having at this point.
Yeah.
That to the extent that you are now counting, okay, I lost my seat. You were happy. Now you have lost yours. The numbers are equal now. Now we will see who will win this. You were happy. You don't have this one. I mean, this should not be the conversation.
At all.
Look,
be
yesterday,
the conversation.
I was in the studio when the imam at the military cemetery kept admonishing the people, take your cameras off where the two gentlemen are being buried. Take your cameras off and focus on me. He was delivering the homily. And they were all still focusing there. I mean, we all know how this crash and the after effects and the remains that we saw. And per Islamic tradition, they're supposed to be wrapped in white clothing and the grave dug in a certain way and all of that. So I suspect that they were taking whatever was left out of the coffin to wrap it. So they didn't want eyes prying there. And the more the imam screamed that don't go there, that was when the crowd decided that we will go there.
Consult people.
It's not just the journalists. I mean, the journalists were focused now on the imam, which is why. So if you tuned into the various TV stations, you could see that the camera people were focused on the imam. It is the people who have the China phones,
with the
China phones particularly, and they were there. There's something wrong with us.
That is sad.
There's something wrong with us.
This has really exposed the way and manner in which we have changed as a people. Maybe it's a generational thing. I growing up, I have seen accidents, and when there's an accident, whether there's a dead body or not, you see the elders or the senior people in the community will quickly rush to the accident scene.
Right.
And the immediate concern would be to,
how
remove,
to get you to
preserve,
the hospital or something like that.
Ensure that those who are still breathing will continue to breathe. Those who are dead, they'll have a way of, gathering the remains and
covering you up,
at least for the family.
Maybe if you are exposed,
how if you are a woman and you are exposed, there's a way they cover you and all of that. I grew up seeing these things. As a village boy, I saw the meaning, how meaningful life was to man and woman. How we held onto a certain value that said that, look, life is precious and the human body is precious. You do not mutilate the human body. You do not expose, even in death.
Look, I tell you something.
Now, accidents happen, Johnny. Accidents happen.
The first thing is the phone is out.
Pull out your phone
and go live.
What has happened to us?
I was talking about women on that TikTok thing I watched. And I know growing up in Abosokai, around the spare parts area, you had a lot of people who come there to pilfer. They come in to steal, they steal stuff and, they catch them every now and then, and they beat people. When the men are beating the thief or the alleged thief, it is the women who comes, it's okay, don't be. So to have women on the thing, now being the ones championing
it.
And you're right, that what have we become?
We've changed.
We changed into this?
We've metamorphed into something that
come on.
is not savory.
What changed us?
At all. Then another leg of the conversation has been, okay, now Galamsey is in the spotlight. How do we harness all of this pain to really once and for all send home the message that we are clearly at war with Galamseyers, and there is no room to coddle those who are destroying the environment. We are dying slowly. The water is being poisoned. The ecological cover is gone. Soon all the rare animals that were in the forest keeping the ecosystem alive, they'll all vanish. And we'll have nothing to show for it because the gold gets smuggled, the monies get smuggled.
And we're
just dying. Just dying.
Look, I support what senior statesman Mr. Mpini said. He said, look, 3 to 6 months, all mining that is not industrial, let's halt it. Let's halt it and see, step back and do proper restructuring, because
is this not the conversation we had prior to the elections in December last year?
The one that labor unions put up. But the labor unions are back at the table. Now they say, we should declare state of emergency.
When I heard them, I cancelled them.
Don't be angry. Don't be angry.
If they had mounted, sustained that pressure, we would have gone past.
But some of them wept. Did you see them
weeping for what and for who?
Maybe out of regret that on hindsight we could have done better.
Too late.
It's not too late. We can still.
See, it's a conversation we had. We had this conversation. We dedicated, airtime,
a lot of it
to that conversation, calling out President Akufo-Addo and his people. Pushing that the state of emergency be declared, calling on some drastic measures and all of that. We are recycling the conversation, and it does not have to take death for us to come here. For how long should we continue talking?
Maybe we need another astronomical demonstration that has never been seen before.
I think that the government already has the memo. They got the memo in opposition before they got into government. They already have the memo.
Yes.
The government needs to keep to its word. You told us that when you come, the LI that was allowing people to go into forest reserves, rezoning, blah, 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 will be repealed. Now you say you want to modify it. That was not the agreement. The agreement was that you were going to repeal it. So let it not be a replica of what President Akufo-Addo told us, that I will let you elect your MMDCs without conditions. And then when he comes, he said, let's put partisan tag on it. You get the point. Yeah. And if the people say we disagree, then he said, okay, then I'm going to withdraw the bill and it will not happen again. So the government of the day got the memo in opposition. In government, they must walk the talk.
they need a reminder. I'm sure the people will, maybe it's not a demonstration, a mass vigil. I don't know, because this is a matter of urgency. I hope that this spurs in us something deeper.
I think Mr. President is reminded. I say this because if you recall his tribute, I call it a tribute, at the vigil, he said this should prompt us to act and act so that their deaths would not be in vain.
Yeah.
Getting to the latter part.
That's right. That's right. You're right.
Yes. So I think the president from that speech, for me, is clear in his mind, or should be clear in his mind by now, that if we had taken it for granted, now we know that we know who the enemy is. The enemy is not Helen or Media General. The enemy is not NDC. The enemy is not MPP. The enemy is one, Galamsey.
Yeah.
And we should expect NDC, NPP, government, opposition, majority, minority,
On 3FM.
whatever you are, whatever color you wear, we should expect you to be in this fight with us all.
That's right.
I mean, we cannot continue pretending that there is not a problem or pretending to be fighting the problem when actually maybe what we are doing is rather cashing out. Right. Our interest probably is even, let's cash out of this problem.
Right.
Where everybody sees a problem, somebody is thinking money, is seeing CD sign there.
Right.
That should not be.
Instead of seeing lives that have been affected negatively
by that. So I hope that following that speech, that tribute, that the president in the coming days will announce some decisive action. That is what I am expecting. I am not expecting us to go back to Galam stop
and halt.
Water brigade.
Halt.
What do they call it?
Water. It's not water brigade. Water guard.
Water guard. That's
Blue-
not what I'm.
blue water.
Blue water.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm expecting.
Because now the water is brown, so we want to turn it to blue.
Like after this, I'm expecting some real action from the presidency. If this death has pained anybody, it is the president it has pained the most. We all saw.
Yes.
We saw the man weeping. So we cannot say that he was pretending.
No.
He felt it, and you could feel the emotion. And you see, when you look at the videos, every single government appointee who visited the home of one or the other victim came out weeping. The videos are clear on that.
Sunrise on
That
3FM.
can only mean
The
that,
best in the morning.
as we say, it go them.
Yeah. He entered them.
It enter them. So that entering should not be in vain. The pain that we are all feeling now should make us say that, look, the Galamsey that we are fighting is no longer the person standing at the water, the river bank, or the person in the pits. The Galamsey we are fighting is beyond that person.
Right.
And we are looking for whoever is putting the person at the river bank or in the pit to deal with the person. Those are the actions I'm expecting to be announced.
Right. Let's listen to Dr. Edward Omane Boama. This was his last interview with the press. Listen.
Dr. Omane Boama was known for his passionate speeches, full of energy, clarity, and negotiation and health policy. He introduced a people-centered leadership style to Ghana's defense sector. In just a few months, he exposed hidden legacy debts in the defense sector.
Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the morning. Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the morning.
Emperor, Chief of Ministers of like members of Parliament, families of our fallen heroes, Chief of Defense Staff and Security Services.
Today is not a day for talking. I just want to say thank you for your sympathy. Indeed, the Quran teaches us that whoever attends the funeral of a fellow and stays till the final prayer receives blessings. And so the blessings of Allah is on all of you. I want to thank the two families for their patience. We recognize that in Islam, when a person has died, they are supposed to be interred as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, the state in which the bodies were made it difficult for us to identify positively which was which. And that's why we had to go through the scientific forensic process of identifying. Happily, that process was ended yesterday, and we received electronically the forensic results for our two brothers. And that's why we have come to bury ahead. As I speak, the forensic reports for the rest have also arrived. And so in consultation with their families, we would decide how their funeral should be held. But as we said, on the 15th of this month, we'll hold a state funeral for all of them. The families are able to hold separate events to commemorate their loved ones, and the government will be there to assist them. The two brothers, Muniru and Murtada, were both personally close to me.
The president also went ahead to ensure that the departed heroes got full state and military honors. State burial with military honors. Even though we know that 3 of them served, the other 3 were civilians. The defense minister, if you will, worked with the defense, the soldiers and all of that. But they were all giving this state honor. For me, it tells one story, that if you serve your country well, your country will look after you well. That's the indication I got yesterday. I don't know what you think.
I like that. I like that. It's important. We can't stress enough how, I mean, these are people who, when we say for God and country, you know, it sounds like a flippant comment, but really, in the line of duty, anything can happen to you. So for the brave men and women who decide that, listen, I'm going to get on a helicopter, I'm going to get on a chopper and do state duties, when we know that this comes with a lot of risk. I mean, just Google the number of crashes that have happened, even just in the month of August alone, across the continent and beyond. On that same day, was it Kenya also having issues? And then is it the US as well? I mean,
the US also had their own issues.
Had their own issues, also fatalities.
Same model,
yeah.
Yes, the same sort of model. I mean, I'm sure now moving forward, officials who have to carry out certain duties, I mean, the next time you're told, well, quickly jump on this helicopter, you have an assignment, you can imagine the kind of quaking that people are going to be quaking and shaking. If it were you, would you go, hey, I don't know. I don't know how, I mean, unless you push me inside, I'll go myself. I'll be shaking. We take it for granted. Officials do all these duties up and down these roads that claim lives every single day. It's only right that we...
No, Johnny and Helen, but if we become concerned of our air transport too, then we are doomed. The popular one, road, it is It is increasingly becoming very risky.
It is increasingly, or it is already risky.
It already is, and so it's moving. Is there anything beyond red? The alert levels.
No,
red is the ultimate. I'm looking for something beyond
put him red.
Because look,
when you hit red, you are gone.
For those of us from the uppers and the norths,
those we lump together, we say the northness.
The northness.
On 3FM.
You know what it takes you to travel. For instance, if I leave Accra right now and say I'm going to Wa, expect me in Wa in the next 3 days. Not because it is far necessarily, but because the road is bad. It's terrible. It's risky to travel on.
Will you fly some of that way, fly and then drive, or if you were just driving?
The driving. This is a trip that could take. I understand even from here to Kumasi now is like 6 hours
instead of the 4 hours.
Instead of 3-4 hours.
Yes,
that
the road.
You see. If you see somebody made some unfortunate statement, I'm still looking for that tip. I understand in Parliament. I don't want to hope the tip has been doctored. You see, so even if you don't care about the so-called northness and you think that Accra, Kumasi are the only places in Ghana,
right?
The deploration, the deplorable nature of the road, the stretch from Accra to Kumasi, should also be of high concern to you, because if you have been driving on this stretch, Accra, Kumasi, we could do 3.5 hours from Accra to Kumasi and come back. Now you need 6 hours. You see, it rains and the Pokwasi stretch alone.
Don't go there.
It's like the cars are swimming.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
So as for road, though the popular means of transport, the one that we can all afford, we are losing it if we haven't lost it in some parts of the country already. As for rail, we don't have. We have had a lot of lofty promises and slogans.
Accra to Paga.
We saw towards the end of last year, there was that fast-moving one that got entangled. What did they hit? Hit a parked something. We were making some.
The one that we couldn't find insurance.
You've answered yourself, Abby.
Was it a train or a tram?
Hybrid. It looks like hybrid.
Now you are speaking English.
Hybrid tram train.
Because tram is a very short one.
Even the design, like hybrid tram train.
And even for shorter distance.
Yes.
But you see, that one we can't even talk about it. So if we had a functioning or functional rail system from here to Wa, from here to Tamale, here to Takrady, the pressure on the roads will reduce.
Right.
So imagine, is it gold, bauxite, cocoa that is transported from the western side through to the ports and the harbors? It's via road, right?
Right.
We could use a carriage.
But that was what the colonial masters were doing. And we came and we said we're moving away from the Gurgisbergen economy.
We have,
because the white man,
even the one that was working, we have moved away from it.
Yes.
We have not landed on the one that is working.
Yes.
So we are hanging.
Look, the white man saw sense and connected rail lines all the way to the very top. To the very, very top. You could get trains from here to Kumasi and beyond. The white man thought about it. Many years after the white man, we sacked the white man and said we can handle our affairs. What have we been able to do with it?
No, we actually started well. I mean, as an Nkrumahs, I would say we started well. And if we continued on that trajectory, we wouldn't be here today.
Look, today
we were giving loans to countries.
Yes.
Did Nkrumah not give loan to Guinea?
Guinea, yes.
I mean, why are we here?
Look,
today we can't pay our
debt.
Would South Africa compare itself to Ghana? Even at the time.
I'm saying that if you go to South Africa today, the buildings that the colonialists left behind are the buildings that they have not destroyed them, they have improved upon them, and they have created wine farms around them and factories around them. You can get a hotel to sleep in while you can take a tour of the farm, right? And you pay decently for it.
Yes.
They saw what the white man left. They thought it was good and they preserved it. We saw what the white man left and we destroyed everything.
The last time I went to Laura, Many people don't know this. You know Kwame Nkrumah, on the heels of the riots, when he was arrested, he was sent all the way to Laura.
Okay.
And locked up there. That house is no longer a house. That could have been preserved.
Right.
Yeah.
It could have become part of our heritage. We could have a railway running from here to Laura just for that purpose, if for nothing.
Right.
That would have attracted a lot of inflows just from that alone. That one project. Yes, it would have been an investment. A lot of money would have been needed,
right.
But it would have brought us.
It would have brought in the
returns.
long term.
So we don't have the roads are bad. We don't have the rail. Now the A12 that is considered the safest. So we are beginning to express worries over it.
There used to be a hotel around the Jamestown area where the lighthouse is called Sea View. You remember Sea View Hotel?
Yes.
It was one of the first hotels to have been built on in the Gold Coast. One day somebody woke up and broke it down.
It's his land.
Somebody.
I remember when we did that community engagement, we talked about it.
Yes, look, for example, now I would always use the South African example. You go to a whole place and they've declared the whole place like a heritage site. It belongs to people, they live there, but for some reason it's been painted in different colors, it's been preserved, and you can't touch it.
And the state has a special interest in those enclaves because the state knows what it earns from.
Look, the center of the world is in Ghana.
Ghana is the center of the world.
Yes, but if you go to Tema, you find the exact spot.
Yes.
Right? We have done nothing around it. Some hotel, something.
In Turkey, they claim Jesus stepped on some place. 100 years now, people pay to go and see.
Where Jesus stepped?
They said Jesus stepped there.
They said it too.
Nobody has seen it, but now people pay to go and see Jesus stepped. And they have preserved
Even
it.
the present generation, they never saw it. But they just believed what was told them.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are preserving
And I'm saying
it.
that for us,
and we are all paying to go and see.
But for us, even those out there know that this is the center of the world, and they know that the specific location is here in Tema. Here. What have we done about it?
We drive past there carelessly. We don't regard it. We don't value it. Another Jamestown one. And I learned that for the first time the day we went for that Obi. The tunnel from the lighthouse area to Tema, right? Where there's an underground tunnel.
Exactly.
Then they will take the people through, the slaves, they will take them through straight from the Jamestown area directly to the harbor. Then they will board the ships. All of these things, we need an awakening.
Abiam, wake us up.
On 9.7 Sunrise.
Went in Parliament, and he had been a part of our research agenda. Muniru was like a younger brother. He was a permanent fixture in my house. And so this is a very deep personal loss for me. But I know that they were both by Allah's grace that He will receive them in Jannatul Firdaus. I want to thank the Imams who said the prayers, because in Islam, once you are dead, the only thing that is useful to you is prayers. And so I want to thank all the Imams who came and said prayers for the repose of our brothers' souls and for their admittance into paradise. I want to thank the families too for accepting my decision that they be buried here in the military cemetery. Many of you would have probably had other intentions for their burial, but I do believe that this is a conducive resting place for the two brothers, and the families are free to visit their graves anytime that you want to do so. And so we'll thank all of you for coming. Like I said, today is not a day for talking. I find it very difficult to find words that I should speak.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
Some 8 minutes after 9. And we have intercepted yet another CEO. Godwin Eduji Tamaklo, the Chief Servant of the National Petroleum Authority, joined us in studio. He's also the head of the Legal Affairs Directorate of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. Also, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, my brother.
And deepest condolences to all of us.
Yes, good morning to my dear sister here. This past few days had been a huge one for me. I remember on that day I had moved from Ouagadougou.
Right.
And just landed at the airport in Ofe-Boigny in Abidjan. And just when I put on my phone, calls. So different names were, because to be honest, if you look at the flight manifest, it had 4 ministers.
Right.
Honorable Bois, Honorable Mutaka, Mutala, and Omani. So the initial conversation was that we've lost these 4.
That would have been a bigger blow.
So it was horror. Horror. Until finally the Chief of Staff had to address the nation and say that this is what has happened. And for me, all the individuals, with the exception of the military people, were persons who I had very close relationship with. Dr. Sapon were both fake members.
Right.
And as director...
As function executive committee members,
the NDC. So Tuesdays are meeting days. So he was a regular. And on legal-related matters, they always, will refer. And we took him like our father.
Right.
And then, as for Samuel Abaji, I was his lawyer after the parliamentary elections and the issue that came. I went back to our WhatsApp chats, and I remember telling him, meet me in court, at the court complex on the 19th of December. I've been going over and over. As for Dr.
Sunrise on 3FM, the best in the
we're
morning.
very close.
Okay.
Very, very close. I mean, close. Yeah.
This must have hit you very hard.
Yeah. There were very life-changing guidance that he's giving me. Trust me, I'll go to his house at Charlotte, and he'll tell me, Eduji, this one, don't do it. This one, do it. I mean, he went as far as telling me, look, in 2020, I remember he telling me,
Sunrise on 3FM.
That once you win the election, there are some positions I don't want you to even think of getting.
Don't eye them.
Don't eye them. So,
wow.
You don't need it, build yourself this. Look, life-changing.
Wow.
Life-changing. And because I was director legal and he was director elections,
right.
We worked so close together. I mean, like, we're very close. Even when I draft my legal processes,
right.
I'll send it to him.
To review. Right.
Yes. I've been reading the WhatsApp, chat since, and I remember on the 25th of January, I woke up to see that he sent me the day of his vetting and said, he's inviting me to come. And so I said, boss, I'll be there to support you. And then I added, thank you for everything, because I knew even like my role today,
Sunrise on 3FM,
role he played
in the morning.
So I sent him, so boss, I'll come to support you, but I want to thank you for everything. And those were my words. Then he responded, oh, Eduji, you deserve more. I mean, you've been very amazing, and repeatedly you encourage me, It's been, so as for Mutaladia, we do TV together.
Right.
On TV3. If I come Monday, sometimes he will come on Tuesday.
Right.
Or a day, And there were other things that we consulted on. As MP, I always say he was like my concern mate. We saw ourselves like rebels. So oftentimes, he, Edward Bauer, myself, so this thing came to me at a personal level, a huge blow. And to think that this is the last time we can have any meaningful conversation with these individuals. And, exactly a week of the event, the Chief of Staff organized a program, an orientation for all CEOs.
Okay.
So we were all at the Jubilee House for the event. All CEOs appointed by the president.
Right.
And when we got there, Dr. Omane Boamah was the resource person. So he came, took us through as appointees how we should communicate.
Sunrise on 3FM, the best in the morning.
And he was sharing his experience having worked in the space for a while, and told us that as political appointees, if we get everything right in the work we do, and we get the politics strong, it's like we've not done anything. And so we must always reflect. If party people come to you, never be angry. no matter how provocative, whatever, become. Maybe later when they are gone, you can vent your anger quietly, but never.
But the anger should be in your pocket.
Exactly. And I mean, I remember he introducing a concept that he said he developed with James Ajeni Boateng and others called missioning in communication. Missioning. So we asked him, what is this missioning? And then he said there was a major issue in the US or something. And then a big man was US military or defense were called in, they were responding to the press. And they said by the time they were done, you could read the word mission almost like 10 times appearing in the statement.
Okay.
And he said, you read the statement and you don't know exactly what the
statement has said.
But it's a holding position.
Okay.
And so as political appointees, there are times you'll be called to respond to something.
Sunrise on
Find a nice
FM,
way
the best
to
in the morning.
mission the statement. You understand?
Yeah.
Find a nice way to mission.
You hold the situation.
Hold the situation. Don't sound too technical. Don't sound too naive. I mean, just mission.
Mission. Hold the thing.
Hold the thing. Then now, once you gotten proper briefing and others, you can. So he took us through different scenarios in communicating as government appointees and said, look, under no circumstance should you, a government appointee, talk and people will say you are arrogant. He said it is easier to bring a government down when the government is tagged arrogant. Show humility. He said it won't do anything to you. Nothing is wrong in the address of the public, so please. He said, look, in politics, you are better referred humble than arrogant. So he took us through different communication styles, and we're going to lose such a fine mind.
Well, what has the party lost? The party NDC, I mean...
A mastermind.
You're looking at Amani Boama, you're looking at Murtala.
A mastermind.
You're looking at Alhaji Muniru, you're looking at Dr. Asamoah.
Look, in the specific case of Dr. Omane Boama, I would say this. He was a brain box. Look, the 2024 election, he was the mastermind behind the victory.
I see.
People were not watching
Sunrise
and listening to Omane.
The best in the morning.
And it gave us comfort because then it provided a huge diversion for prosecuting the campaign. A lot of people say, oh, IT. But Dr. Omane Boama diagnosed the problem of the election. In the past, people say, oh, NDC, your coalition system.
That's right, it's weak. MPP is ahead of you and all.
People came with all kinds of solutions, IT-related solutions. They will come and, and Dr. Omane Boama always said, the problem is human resource. Problem is human resource. And he said, look, I only need X number of dedicated officers at the polling station. That's all that I need as director elections. Yes, on the other issues. But once I get committed, dedicated, loyal, human resource, 90% of the election is good for me.
He was sure about that.
Oh, yeah. Look, on the 8th of March, 2024,
right.
I think you should check his Facebook. He said President Mahama wins the election with 57%. I think 56 or 57.
8th of March, 2024.
Yes. It's on his Facebook page. That was how the level of precision, mathematical certainty, mathematical precision, that he knew of the election outcome as early as 8th of March 2024. That's how many months to the election?
That's right.
Almost 8 months.
8 months to the election.
To the election. He knew that President Mahama was going to win. It's still on his Facebook page. 8th March 2024. Mathematical certainty, the percentage and everything. Yes. And look, he was so confident about it. And so I see him as the mastermind, the brain box towards the election. And that's the kind of human resource that the party as a whole we have lost. In terms of what Ghana has lost, I don't know how to put it. I don't know. I mean, a medical doctor transition into economics, fine mind in economics. I remember when he was going to do a master's program in economics outside. I said, but doc, so the public health now, in medicine is economics. And that's the kind of mind that huge. I mean, a young man who started, dining with big men, right from a very early age. You remember in 2003-2004, his banter with Nanayo Safmafo,
yes,
then education minister,
that's right,
on the Get Fund issue. You remember? Where he published a book on Get Fund allocations and others, which brought a serious issue between him and Osakmafo, then education minister, for some time,
I found the post. This is 14th of March.
Exactly, 14th.
2024. It says John Dramani Mahama, 57.3% as at March 8, 2024. Vigilance, hard work, no complacency, #24 economy for well-paying jobs. He saw the vision.
No, this is not a vision. This is work. And so, in his post on the 14th of March, he referenced March something.
That's right. That as at 8th of March, this was what he knew.
That was a work that has been done. Because you see, in going to an election, the back end things you do, you don't disclose everything.
That's right.
And when he did his assessment, as at the 8th, and he was reporting on the 14th, he put President Mahama at 57.3. That's exactly what happened in the election, plus or minus 1. That's how thorough he was, how detailed. And so I remember in all our conversations, look, the legal team of the party, the instruction was that the various constituencies, President Mahama's more like coalition officers will be the lawyers.
Okay.
So the training of trainers were done by the lawyers. So we're dealing directly with him. So days that he's not available, he will say, Tanku, computer,
right,
or Mahdi. Yaira was doing the bigger IT thing quietly. But he led the training. He himself. And there was something unique about him. Agency. He
was alwaast in a hurry.
No, he didn't know how to say, let's get it done. No, that kind of thing.
He didn't know how to postpone this.
No. You don't have that. No. I remember EC were playing some tricks.
Sunrise on
Then
3FM.
I had a call.
Best in the morning.
I think Marietta called me, the steering committee, and said A, B, C, D. So on Zoom, we started a conversation. Oh, by Doc was on me. Do you have a draft? That's the kind of person he was.
Right when you finished the meeting, he wanted a draft.
So I worked with him. So I knew the kind of person that...
The president called him his confidant and advisor.
It goes beyond that.
This is the president of the land telling us that I have lost a right-hand man.
I think he possibly struggled for a better way to describe that. Maybe so, for want of a better word, he used confident. I think that was his eye. Yeah.
But in the public eye, Dr. Omane Boamah didn't appear robust in people's... This is a very gentle character, quiet, unassuming,
but he
laid back.
He willed so... I mean, it's like a small man who has cast a large shadow.
Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the
That
morning.
was the kind of person we're dealing with. Unless you were closer to him, you didn't know the extent of his influence. Let me put it that way.
Right.
Huge, towering. And yes, at the level of President Mahama, the pain and agony is even deeper. President don't pick anybody just like that for their defense ministers.
That's right.
No. In the past, other presidents were using their brothers' blood to be their defense ministers.
Yeah. In fact, we were talking about that. What it takes to become a defense minister. Who would you pick? You have to pick somebody that you trust with your entire being.
Yeah. You know, those days, Jerry Rawlings and others, they were using tough.
That's right.
Military, retired military generals or
gorillas.
You know, you can imagine. You know,
you can't penetrate.
President Kufuor used the brother, then moved, it became Kandapar, and you can see Kandapar has stayed in the system for a long time.
That's right.
Uniquely, and this is a medical doctor like Adu Kufuor, transitioning into the military. One of our most strategic state institution with clearly defined role in the Constitution itself. And that was what he was shepherding.
Sunrise on 3FM.
May he rest in peace, Council. Thank you very much.
It's a, what shall I say, a great loss to this country. It's my prayer that the states, and because they died in the line of duty, the states will reach out to them properly,
right,
particularly their families. Dr. Omane Boamah's mother, 86 years old,
right,
Auntie Letitia is alive. The wife, Madam Rita, the kids are there. My brother Mutala, Dr. Sapon, Abuaje, then the soldiers.
Alhaji Limona.
Alhaji Limona. Then the soldiers.
Right.
Committed, dedicated, young officers. You look at the age of the officers, relatively in their 40s.
Yes. Some even less than 40.
Absolutely. Then, boom, of a disaster. So I pray that the Republic once again demonstrates to the families that public service is worth it. I'm sure at their own, I know Dr. Omane. Look, there was one time Honorable Muntaka was supposed to go to Tamale also, and he wanted to use the helicopter. Doc said, no, use the CASA. He was so meticulous and cautious. If you know Doc well, Dr. Mani well, you wouldn't want to eat in front of him.
Why?
He will critique even the food you are eating.
How unnutritious it is.
You know, that was, and so you will never feel so comfortable in Doc's company. He will tell you, this one, don't do it. Oh, look. This one is so. Hardly can you get a handshake with Doc.
I see.
You elbow you or something, and he will tell you, look, the many hands you've shaken, do you know what they have touched?
Council, we have to leave it here.
You understand? And that is how meticulous he was. It's unfortunate that he has to go in this horrifying and agonizing manner. I am very confident that the good Lord will give them a good rest.
Right.
I cannot say this or end this without thanking the locals.
Right. The masses.
The local
people
in the community where the thing happened. Oh, they were brilliant. They were so brilliant. Because even to walk to the crash site will take you 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Yeah. That's what Ibrahim said.
I watched them. And they went there in searching for the remains. Unskilled, but they were available to provide their help. My own brother, the Honorable Dr. Frank Amakohene. Oh, such courage. Maybe his training as a medical doctor made it easier for him. And when I read the account of your reporter, I said, look, even when they found 4, he insisted that they should go on.
For 8 hours.
They'll get the others. You know, in our part of the world, it's easier to be brave from a safe distance. But those young people, community leaders, demonstrated exceptional leadership in those trying moments. And to His Excellency, the President of the Republic, a great loss. And I pray to God to give him the strength and the courage to keep steering the affairs of this country. Even in the moment of grief, it is not easy. I know that the good Lord will help this country to move from glory to glory. There are things that only God alone can answer.
Great. Council, thank you very much indeed for your time. That's Godwin Eduji Temeklo. He is the CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, also the head of legal of the NDC, and we dragged him into the studio. It's some 26 minutes to the top of the hour. And we'll go on to the phone line now and speak with Dr. Harry Agbenu, who's a lecturer, religious studies, University of Ghana. Doc, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, and good morning to your cherished listeners.
And apologies for holding you on for some time.
It's been very long, anyway.
Yes, sir. Apologies. The emotions were flowing in the studio, so pardon me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure that the letter from the presidency has caught your attention regarding the regulation of prophecies, that if you catch a prophecy that has personalities of high profile involved or something that will affect national development and the national situation, you need to bring it to the office for review. What do you think of that directive from the office of the president?
Thanks so much for having me on your network to participate in this discussion. I personally would have thought that the ecumenical bodies in our country would have taken the lead to try to sanitize the religious space, particularly with the countless, prophecies that we've been having concerning the death of people, etc., etc. It's become as our religious people are challenging one another and competing for recognition with the kind of prophecies that they turn out to the consuming public. You see, if you have a space that is not controlled, it can lead to chaos. And as I earlier said, the ecumenical bodies would have taken the lead in trying to, sanitize. Unfortunately, I know they have difficulties because we have so many churches, so many one-man churches that do not belong to any of these ecumenical bodies and therefore difficult to control. And as a country, I'm not sure we should allow that because it continues to create panic, fear among our people. And so I think it's in the right direction that some attempt is being made now to, curtail these kind of prophecies that generate fear and panic among the people.
Now, the question then arises that Ghana is a secular country. Why is it then now beginning to meddle in religious issues? Do you find that strange, or does that sit well with you?
There is no contradiction at all. Ghana is a secular country. I agree. But the fact that religion plays a major role in the life of the people cannot be overemphasized. And so as a government, you cannot just hide behind the fact that Ghana is a secular country and there is religious freedom and allow anybody to do anything at all because it is their freedom. There is no absolute freedom in this world. Freedom must be exercised responsibly. If that freedom is not being exercised responsibly, then as a government elected by the people, you have a duty to make sure that you protect the interests of the people.
We live in a country where some have suggested that we should follow the Rwandan example, that if you do not have a degree within the field, then you should not be practicing. So, for example, every pastor must have either a degree or a diploma or an HND to be able to practice within the space, the Rwandan example. Some say we should replicate that here so that nobody wakes up in the morning and says, Nyame afrɛ me, God has called me, and that signals the beginning of a church that only he will be the head of. What do you think?
It's good you are bringing this example out. I think I would endorse that because even in the Bible, during the time of Jesus Christ, when he called his apostles, they had to go through some training to be launched into to go and preach the word. Without preparation, you cannot claim to be a man of God. You see, the influence of our pastors, our prophets, our religious people on the lives of individuals cannot be overemphasized. And therefore, it cannot be anybody at all who is allowed to influence the psyche, the religion of people. So there must be some basic qualification.
Right.
And so if Rwanda feels that for you to become a pastor to influence the life of people, either positively or negatively, you should have a certain level of education, formal education. So be it. I think it's something that Ghana should look at, because we're having too many problems with people who claim to be religious men and women and doing things that you cannot wrap your head around. It is chaotic, my brother. The religious space is chaotic now, and there should be some concerted, deliberate effort to sanitize a place. And I think government has that responsibility if the communal bodies are unable to do so because of the challenges they face.
Should it be compulsory going forward in a bid to want to sanitize the space? Should it be compulsory for everybody who begins a church or is the head of the church to belong to a grouping of any sort, any of the ecumenical groupings?
It should be. And now we even call for some licensing, not by government, but by the ecumenical body that the individual belongs to vouch for the integrity of that individual, the morality of the moral status of that individual, that the individual is qualified and capable of handling others and shaping their destiny.
Doc, I want to thank you very much indeed for your time this morning.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity.
Great. That's Dr. Harry Agbanu. He is a lecturer at the University of Ghana with the Department of Religions, and he joined us here with his thoughts. So Doc says we should license the pastors. We should let them join ecumenical groups.
That's right.
And then you should have a degree, at least a Rwandan example, to be able to practice. Don't wake up and come and tell us that God has called you.
Yeah. Because he says, and I wrote it down, he says the religious space has become too chaotic.
Too chaotic indeed.
Too chaotic. Even in the wake of this press release, you have some men and women of God who say, actually, let's just even halt inviting the prophecies for vetting, because they can imagine that there are those who are lacing their boots with the intention only to get closer to the quarters of power. And that's been my main worry, that are we going to just see a lot of people, somebody who dream, have a nightmare and say no, I have to go and contact this specific institution now to let my nightmare be known. That's been my main issue, is just the opening of the floodgates, especially because Doc says that the religious space is chaotic. We're seeing so many different things. I mean, I have my own thoughts about the marriage between state and religion.
Right.
Whether or not it becomes exclusionary because there are other faiths beyond Christianity.
That's what I asked him about.
Yes.
Secular states now meddling in religious affairs.
Exactly
He finds nothing wrong with it.
And I don't actually blame Doc, because as much as we can say we're secular states, we cannot ignore the impact of religion in our country. We are married to it. It's part of our everything. It's part of the culture. So you would be unreasonable to think that you can exclude it entirely. It's just how we marry the two. There are Ghanaians who don't belong to any particular faith. We have to find a way also in times of national tragedy to ensure that we include all the children of the land, those who believe in Allah, those who believe in the Christian faith, those who have their traditional beliefs. Because that has also come up. Those who say, well, we also want to be represented in this space. We are seeing things when we open our calabash and so on and so forth. So that conversation opens
on that opening
Johnny,
note.
no, wait. I'm a Catholic. You are an Anglican.
That's right.
You know what it takes for somebody to be ordained a priest.
You will be formed first of all.
In fact, it takes not less than 6 years.
We will keep you.
Really?
Yes, we will.
In fact, it takes you about 10 years.
We will keep you.
all put together, it takes you about 10 years to become a priest.
Wait. You mean somebody cannot just... People say, I dreamt.
No.
And I was called. And I've started a church.
Helen, you dream your dreaming. But when you come, you first of all be vetted.
That is the problem.
Before you are put into the school. And then while you are in the school, you are put under a senior priest at some point. You go and do national service. You understand? You will be formed before they will ordain you.
It takes a lot.
So by the time they ordain you,
information,
everything would have been injected into you. Humility and everything.
But what about those that said they had a dream, and in the dream I was sleeping under a tree, and as I was sleeping, I heard the voice of God say, "You arise, you start a church." Yeah. They give the spiritual download includes the name of the church, post address, everything, and by the next week.
You finish everything, but when you come to our place, we will say, "Okay, welcome. Oh, we appreciate
you." Dream. Yeah. Thank you for dreaming.
Thank you.
Now let's go through the process of the dream.
Yeah.
You can't just get up and say that you are a man of God. And you see, it is. I don't also agree. Let me start from that. I don't agree that we should have. The state should have control over religion. I think that it is one of the ways man can express himself, can commune with whatever he believes in. We shouldn't have to come to a point where the state would say, don't worship at 6 p.m. or don't worship on Saturdays or Fridays. We should never ever come to that point. I believe so.
Okay.
But it shouldn't also mean that anybody gets up and says that you are a man of God. This is what you have received, and that is what you are proclaiming. Even miracles. For the Catholic Church to say,
I wanted to
not Abuaji, even miracles, not Abuaji.
No, not Abuaji, not a miracle. Yes. For you to say there's a miracle in the Catholic Church, it goes through a verification process. They say that, they've seen these apparitions, Marian apparitions, for instance. Mother Mary has appeared somewhere.
Yes.
You come and say it, all right. But it will go to the Vatican. The Vatican will delegate people to go through it, verify it, confirm, say that yes, indeed there was an apparition here.
So they'll rule out any kind of psychosis. Maybe you had a fever. We can't say.
Or you were hungry.
Or you were hungry and
you slept early and you started dreaming by heart.
Chanting things. No.
Yeah.
There must be order.
Anyway, we'll have to take a break, but first.
Our Lord Jesus is the ladder. Ladder, ladder, ladder.
on that constituency and chop it on the day of judgment, you account to the people. You will. And that is one thing many politicians are not aware of. If you take a dime that belongs to the state or the constituency on the day of judgment, you will account to every single individual who lives in that country or who lives in that constituency. Will you be able to justify this in the sight of Allah? Will you be able to do that? The challenges confronting us in this country is corruption. The challenges. I'm not a saint, but at least you do your possible best to avoid it. I don't have money. What I have, what I get is my salary. And wallahi, not a dime of Tamale Central has ever touched my tongue or bought a book for my son or my daughter. Because I know that I will account for it. And our society today, if you don't have money, you have no value in our society. The moment you are given an appointment, your family thinks that their lives have changed. The moment you have a small opportunity, people think that you must provide. If you don't have, they disrespect you. And that has pushed several politicians to engage in corruption. That pushes people. And I am particularly worried. I am worried for myself as a Muslim. And I'm worried because which have I spent that I didn't need to spend? Which have I spent inadvertently or unknowingly that I shall account for it? That should be a profound worry. That should be a worry to everybody. But we don't seem to care. They don't respect you. Even your colleagues won't value you because they think that you don't have the money they have in this country. There are politicians who could not even rent a room. And then they are busy putting up skyscrapers. Haven't they been told about the death of other politicians? Haven't they been told that there are politicians who had it all and they are no more? That is something that is profound heavy on me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to play saint. Wallahi, Allah will bear me witness. Whatever I say genuinely. Long would you be a leader? President Rawlings had unlimited power. He's gone. President Kufuor came, had power. He's gone. President Mills came, unfortunately by Allah's will, he's gone. President Mahama came, he's gone. Dr. Bawumia came, he's going in 2024.
Words of wisdom right there. And we have to go. I keep reflecting on this, and Charlie, we lost a gem.
Serious, or
yeah, but it is well.
It is well.
It is well, Abiam. Getting straight into birthdays. We have only one birthday today, then we'll check out of the studio. Make way for AJ Akwakusapo. Come to us with some sweet, sweet, sweet music. The three lounge. On the happy 50th birthday to Mamle Amenya. 50 years and strong, 50 years and beautiful, 50 years and happy, 50 years and exciting, 50 years and hardworking. This is so to you from the GIJ Alpha and Omega family. Wish you a happy, happy birthday, Mamle Amenya. Today is your birthday. If it's your birthday as well, happy, happy birthday to you. We have to go. Helen, you have any closing thoughts to share before we check out of the studio?
Oh, we're still very much in mourning and we're still, charting a new path forward. And of course, as the days and weeks progress, we'll all be healing as a nation. Although all of this is going on, some other things are going on some other side. In due course.
It's a Bosba situation.
We'll get there.
We'll tell you about it later.
We'll tell you about it.
Assume you're there too much. You say tomorrow, we'll tell you. We'll tell you tomorrow. Take your time. Assume you're there. When says they sweet you too much. Slow down.
Things are happening at
If we tell you
side.
everything today, what will we tell you tomorrow?
Thank you.
That's the whole point. Relax. We'll see you tomorrow. On behalf of the team, Sixtus Don Ulo, Frederick Kunzotiani, Francis, Edith, Janet Quason, and Princess Ami DJ Abiam, Helena Piampofo. My name is Johnny Hughes. We'll see you tomorrow.